Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Featherhoof.
And this is CarnagePanda.
And we're here for Anime Weeks 9 and 10 of Spring 2019. Our sincerest apologies for our absence from the YouTube waves last week, but due to...
It was a complicated thing, okay? So, we were sitting there and recording, and we were almost done.
Yeah.
We had 2 hours worth of footage, which was awesome.
Yes.
But what happened next was just beyond our wildest, imagination.
It was crazy. It was insane.
Like,
I mean,
it's a good thing that you do have homeowners insurance because
yes, I know we got this
hole that the bear left in your ceiling.
It's just the studio. We had to completely rebuild it. It was fucking insane. It was nuts. The explosion that happened. It was crazy.
Yeah, the bear just landed right behind us, and there was an explosion.
Yes.
That radiated out forth, and
I did not know polar bears could do that.
Yeah, and you had some pretty extreme medical bills, didn't you?
Oh, the worst. The worst.
Well, what really happened is that we were recording, and we were almost done with it, and an alert popped up on his one of his monitors, said, "You're low on disk space."
And unfortunately, it didn't want to tell me when I was actually low on disk space. It decided to wait until I was out of disk space to tell me.
This is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen, too. Except for the fact that we lost 2 hours worth of footage.
Yeah, that sort of tempers the hilarity a little bit. But I mean, last week was nothing but problems. I mean, we sat there, we had to fucking fight with Crunchyroll.
Yeah, we had an epic battle with Crunchyroll.
Which we lost.
We lost that one.
Yeah. Which didn't help this week either.
Didn't help this week either. We're kind of having the same issues.
For some reason, Crunchyroll does not want to work on the PS4. I mean, last week, the internet was all kinds of fucked up. I couldn't upload videos. People were, screaming about it on Twitter all fucking day. And, apparently people were complaining Discord was down, and this was down, and that was down. Crunchyroll was down. Something was happening on the internet last week. So, that was an issue. But this week, we did get something done. We got something done, and I made sure that I cleared out lots of space on my hard drive, so we're all good there. And, if we fill 300 gigs, that will surprise the shit out of me. But, so we're here, doing anime talk, finally. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into our list.
So, speaking of bears, we do have another Elsewhere in Animus.
Haha! I caught up.
This is our second take of this, by the way, because we did this last week.
Yes.
But it's worth it.
It is.
It's worth it.
Dude, it's been a week since we watched the finale of this show.
It allowed us to ruminate on it and...
Ruminate?
Yes.
I'm still just going... What? That show being... Yurikuma Arashi. Or as the show puts it, Yurikuma...
You almost died there.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is an amazing show. I gave it a 10 out of 10 last time when we recorded it.
Enough of the last time. Let's stick with this time. We're
this
here
time
now.
on Animu Talk.
Oh my god. So, he demanded we watch this show.
I did not demand it.
You demanded it.
I was like, this looks interesting.
No, you're on a kick with, what was the director's name?
Kunihiko Ikuhara.
Ikuhara?
Ikuhara.
Ikuhara, because you love Penguin Drum, and we're watching Sarazanmai, and you're all about this guy. So you were like, here's this other thing he made in 2015. We need to watch it. And by the first episode
was not prepared. Neither was I.
The first episode happens. We're about, let's say it's a 22-minute episode, because that's what it is. By the 10-minute mark, I'm going, oh, what the fuck? But by the 22-minute mark, I'm like, can we watch the next episode now?
Yeah, so... we had the option to watch Castlevania Season 2,
Or this.
Or this. And Featherhoof, after the first episode, was like, I want more. I need more.
It's one of those things. It's like it literally starts out as the train wreck theory. It's something that's so strange, so just like your mind can't comprehend that you have to see how far down the rabbit hole it goes. And I'll be honest with you, with the exception of a few moments of just pure cringe, I was not disappointed with where the rabbit hole went.
Where does the rabbit hole go?
Straight to hell.
Because I'm pretty sure, that it went through some extra dimensions and...
Yeah?
Maybe a black hole or two, and...
No, not black hole, John!
That was a really... Anyway... Anyway, how do you bait somebody into watching this show?
Oh, yes. So people ask me, because I have some anime watching friends at work, and they're all like, I was talking about, I'm watching this thing called Yurikuma Arashi, and they're like, well, what is that? And it's like, shit. Okay, do you like lesbians? And of course, the guys I talk to at work are straight men, so they go, yeah! It's like, okay, do you like bears? And they're like, in the gay sense or the animal sense? I went, the animal sense. And they went, oh, okay, bears are okay. Bears are cool.
Maybe they'll raid my camp and picnic sometimes, but...
Yeah.
They're
they'll come to steal my picnic basket, you know?
Yes, my picnic basket.
I'm like, okay, do you like bears that are lesbians? And he went, what? and then I went, okay, wait. Do you like lesbians who are bears? And he went, what are you watching? Because pretty much I just described all 12 episodes of the show in 4 questions.
Yeah, you did, but it's like, that old meme about the Lord of the Rings, where they just put the picture of Boromir, and he'd be like, one does not simply, and then it just...
Yeah. One does not simply describe Yurikuma Arashi.
Yeah, you can only experience it.
This is absolutely true. It's... Okay, let's break it down. What is the premise of this show?
You just...
No. What
just told them.
Okay. It's a very obvious and sort of heavy-handed morality tale. It's, the friends from opposite sides. It's the Romeo and Juliet tale. But with lesbian and bears.
Yeah, so the premise is that one day... Well, not one day. Bears and humans were living in harmony. And
yes,
then one day...
It was like My Little Pony, but instead of ponies, there were lesbians and bears.
But then one day, a star exploded. The star Kuvaria. And that drove the bears mad. And after that, they had to eat humans.
Yes.
And so the humans were like, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so they built a wall.
The wall of severance.
Yes, the wall of severance. It doesn't work.
No. Because okay, I'm going to what I actually criticized, remember the Battlestar Galactica remake that they did in Sci-Fi a few years back?
Sure, why not? I didn't watch a single episode of it, but I know everything about it.
Well, at some point, I criticized it because at some point it was like, oh, who's the Cylon? And it turns out it's basically everyone. Oh, that's a Cylon, and oh, that's that person that you've been loving for like 4 seasons, that person's also a Cylon, and oh, there's a Cylon over there. Here in Yurikuma, it sort of just works, because it's like, oh no, who's the bear who's disguised as a human? That one, and 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 this amiibo, it's a bear.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can't just assume that it's just people that are bears. Bears are everywhere.
Bears are even fucking zombie robots.
Yes. One of the bears gets murdered.
Actually, all the bears get murdered. Throughout the entire series, all the bears get murdered except for 1. Well, 2, but still.
Bears and girls get murdered.
Oh yeah,
which is another good point. There are no men in this show, so... No. That really dismisses the bears as not animals.
So the story is about these two bears, Ginkgo and Lulu. Ginkgo has crossed the wall of severance.
With Lulu.
And they are disguised as humans, but it's like, how does no one know? Because it's like, one of the funny things about the show is that they... Do you remember that old show Hercules?
Yeah.
It's Kevin Sorbo. That one episode where he's supposed to just be disappointed, but he reads the line like an idiot. And he goes, disappointed!
Oh, yeah, I know what you're getting at, because the bears say everything that they're supposed to be emoting.
So we get a lot of...
Like, instead of saying the... God, I can never pronounce that word. Onomatopoeia?
Onomatopoeia?
Yeah. That word. The sounds they're supposed to be making, they're just like, hi, Kureha, growl, growl.
Or sniff, sniff. Or...
When they're eating munch, munch.
And munch, munch, crunch, crunch. So this is like these, oh my god, these terrible scenes where the bears are eating the girls. You see a little bear butt standing up in the air. Because they're not like bears like the way you're thinking of. They're all teddy bears.
Yeah, they're like little teddy bears, you know. They're smaller than the humans.
Yeah, and whenever they're eating human, you always see this bear butt like sticking up in the shadows, and you hear munch, munch, crunch, crunch, munch, munch, crunch,
yeah.
crunch.
And despite what you might think, people are completely oblivious. They're just like, why does that person say growl, growl at the end of their sentence?
Yeah, and then just move on. So
you don't suspect that person is a bear at all? They're saying growl, growl.
So Ginkgo has come across the wall of severance to become best friends with our female human lesbian protagonist, Kureha, who is just distraught because her girlfriend was killed in the first episode by a bear.
No one saw that coming.
No! This show has so many little plot twists and turns, and just, like I said, just things that just make you laugh. Like, I love whenever they show the CG bear hand, the Kumashuk.
Every time they unveil that somebody is a bear, they do this little sequence, which is just like the Ikuhara special of doing the repeated stock footage, you know, where they have this bear claw just comes up and then swipes. And they're dead.
Yep. But speaking of repeated footage, the show... Usually I'm pissed at, like, stock footage. You know, you guys know me. You've watched these anime talks. Stock footage is one of the things I hate the most. Here, it's awesome because of the trial, the court.
Yeah, the court.
The court of life, the court of severance.
Yes, the courtroom has three of the best characters in the history of any show.
The judge, the prosecutor, and the defense lawyer.
Yes, Life Sexy, Life Cool, and Life...
Beauty.
Beauty.
Who all have their own catchphrases. Life Beauty is this like twink, green-haired character who's the defense lawyer, who always says, sparkle, sparkle.
They have some hilarious interactions when they're doing stuff. Like, the judge will just be sitting up there, the prosecutor's like, this fucking bear is guilty, she's trying to murder everybody. And then he'll just look over there and he'll be like, I'm so cool.
That is Life Cool's catchphrase. Who's blue. He has blue hair. And then there's Life Sexy.
Yes.
Because who has blonde hair and a red robe. And he speaks like this. And it's like, bears eat humans because that is the way of life. Because that is sexy. Shabba-da-doo. Which will be my catchphrase for everything for the rest of eternity.
I also like the part where they're talking about the what's her name? Lulu's past.
Oh my god! Where she's like the princess of a kingdom and she has a little brother? That is the best shit ever.
It's episode fucking 3.
Is it? No, it's later than that.
Yes. It's either episode 3 or 4. I remember it happens very early in the show, and it was like one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. I'm not going to spoil it, but there is one part where Life Sexy's talking about it, and they do that all... what's that tune that he does? I guess if you can find it and insert it.
What do you mean, in tune?
Yeah, because it's like, oh, this is so terrible and depressing, and he goes, da-da-da, da-da-da.
Oh, did he actually do that?
Yeah. But he used his catchphrase in it.
Oh my god. I guess, like, I mean, this is one of those things where there's no real spoiling anything, because it's just the experience of watching it that's the fun part. But it's like the ending kind of confused me, though. I'm still torn on the ending.
Confuzzled? There's no way that you could watch this show and be confuzzled.
No. Oh, sarcasm. I get it. Okay. Well, so one of the things I love about Ginkgo keeps referring to herself as a criminal bear.
I'm a criminal bear.
I did a bad thing. Well, in the end, it's like Kureha's on trial for pride. Oh, that pride. Because she tried to turn Ginkgo into a girl, whether Ginkgo wanted to be or not. So she comes around and it's like, then, you know, if that's pride, then turn me into a bear. So that I can be with Ginkgo. So she becomes a bear. In the front of a fucking firing squad of girls.
Yeah, so the girls don't really like bears. They're trying to kill them. Even though they're all bears.
And a laser beam. Don't forget the laser beam, powered by the zombie robot bear.
The holy laser.
Holy laser! Fired by a beam that like a laser gun thing turret that's shaped like a flower,
which is powered by a mechanical zombie bear that runs on a treadmill.
Yes, and so the firing squad of girls fires like boom, boom, boom. It's like a fucking million shots go off.
Yeah,
and then they show the scene. Them walking up the stairs on the other side of the door of friendship as girls now instead of bears, and walking with Lady Kumaria into heaven. Does it mean they died? Or did they slip through?
The ending is unclear.
I mean,
it's one of those choose your own endings things, or I don't know.
And then, like, just random no-name girl goes off to find zombie robot bear to then have a relationship with her, I guess. But
because everybody in this show is either gay
or
is a bear.
Or both.
Or both.
I think the only scene that really, made me go, like, ugh, was just this one scene where, like, it's way at the beginning, maybe episode 2, maybe, where Ginkgo is watching one of the evil girls, who turns out to be a bear, is talking with Kureha, and she don't like it. She's sitting there, and he, like, whenever they growl, it's funny, because it's, like, almost like their teeth are, like...
Yeah, she's, like, shattering her teeth and
yeah,
stuff.
they're going back and forth, like... Ah. And while she's, like, being pissed off and angry, Lulu is, like, nose deep in her bear pussy, and it's just, like, Lulu loves your scent when you're angry, Ginkgo, and it's, like...
She's also rolling around on the ground and making poses like a stripper, too.
Yeah! It's the only scene that just makes me go... What the fuck is going on?
This show is also very sexually charged, so...
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, I feel like after we're done doing this review, say a fucking FBI agents are going to break down the door for, in charge of pedophilia for even watching the damn thing. And bestiality at the same time. Just for watching this damn show.
I don't know, it's like the message of the show is bestiality is okay sometimes?
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, it's obviously, like, they try to hide what they're really meaning. You know, like
Ginkgo wants to eat Kureha because she's so tasty and has a delicious smell. But that's code word for...
Yeah, you can fill in the blank. And, like, I love this, like, what was the words they used?
I have no idea.
Exclude.
Oh, exclude.
It's like they're saying exclude. We will exclude the evil. It's like just say kill. Why are we using the word exclude? Because they're girls who are trained to be firing squads against bears.
Bear murder.
Then there's just like an officially school-sponsored club for excluding girls from social.
There's a club of mean girls that just want to exclude all the gay girls, even though all the girls are gay.
No, the ones who are sympathetic to bears.
As sympathetic to bears.
I don't know. It's like, no, it's just weird. Like they have weekly meetings to vote on their cell phones who to exclude from social interactions. It's so weird. But then again, that sort of just describes the show. This show is weird because it is sexy. Shabba-da-doo.
That is definitely sexy.
Yeah, it is.
If you don't get that, if you don't get that for the first minute, 30 seconds for the opening, you're completely lost.
Yeah, this show is fan service. The show, it's very much so. But it's fucking hilarious. It's fucking weird.
It's amazing.
Yes, 10 out of 10. Must see. I mean, one of the things I gotta give the show, a lot of shows, like, they'll always have, like, that one episode that's kind of bad.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, oh, this episode wasn't that good, or, you know, maybe 2 or 3 episodes in the whole...
A couple seasons ago, there was a week 5 that we just despised.
Yeah. This season with Dororo, there was episode 15. But
we'll get to that.
This show... I don't remember a single bad episode. I enjoyed every episode.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that you just sit down and you start watching and you're like, I want to watch some more of that.
I have one con, though.
Because that is sexy.
Shabba-da-doo. There is one con, though. If I have to take 1 point away from it for anything, we had to. You will watch the exact same flashback 5 million times. Specifically, the one where Kureha meets Ginkgo for the first time when Kureha's a little girl.
Yes.
You will see that flashback at least once a fucking episode. It's
at least they're kind enough to tell you.
Yeah, they do actually. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and end this here. It was a fantastic show. Any final thoughts?
10 out of 10. Like I said at the beginning, go watch it.
You absolutely should. I mean, and
keep on the lookout for bears.
I mean, when remember how throughout this season I've been making allusions to what's his name again? The director?
Yeah, Ikuhara.
I was like, man, they must have put him on his meds because we were watching this show and it's so fucking insane. And then you compare it to Sarasanmai and it's so tame by comparison.
Does seem very tame compared to this show.
Yeah. I mean, didn't you tell me, like, when we tried to do this review last week, he's also responsible for things like Sailor Moon or something?
Yeah, he did later episodes of Sailor Moon.
With the Star Soldiers, Sailor Stars and whatnot?
He did a couple episodes there, and then he moved on to Utena, and then...
Which makes perfect sense.
Was gone for many, many years until 2011 when he was like, Penguin Drum, motherfuckers!
Oh, man. So that was our Elsewhere in Animus. And we loved it. Had so much fun. But we have other animes to talk about.
We do.
Let's just go ahead and jump right on into those. So this week we're not going to do an ordered list by best to worst because we're doing 2 weeks worth. And in some of the shows this week, some episodes were better than others. So it sort of makes it very unbalanced. So we're just going to go alphabetically in general. But first, we need to get one thing out of the way. We could not watch Sarasanmai for 2 weeks in a row.
Yes, this was the first victim of the Crunchyroll apocalypse.
Last week, Crunchyroll would not load whatsoever on the PS4. We couldn't. And I mean, we were looking online and other people were like, why is Crunchyroll not working? So we were shit screwed. This week, however, I made the technical error last week where I didn't check my hard drive. Somebody made another technical error this week.
It's hard to foresee these things. It's hard to foresee these things, and fortunately, I do have a Funimation account which allowed us to watch the other shows.
Yes.
But Crunchyroll is just being very ornery. It's like logging me out of your PS4 when I'm over here, and
yeah. And unfortunately, you have weird. Like one of those like auto-generated passwords, and
yeah, I just changed my password, and I don't even know what my passwords are, so don't ask me. I just push a button and
it goes.
It goes. I tried to do it, but I failed. I failed miserably. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to watch Sarasanmai. It is on Funimation, but they're only up to episode 5.
Bastards.
Doesn't work for us because we're at episode whatever.
Nah.
Like I think we'd be at 9 this week.
This week would have been 9, yeah, because we're 1 week behind.
We will get back to Sarazanmai at some point.
As soon as we can. But, until then...
Let's talk about Demon Slayer.
Yes, please.
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Yes! Well, I mean, it's going to be very easy to talk about, because it's like, unlike most of the other episodes this week, this one is just, the 2 episodes are just 1 episode.
They're just a continuation of the same episode, and I'm getting the feeling that I'm just not enjoying this show as much as I wanted to.
Well, I'm not hating the show, but this show has a glacial pace.
Yeah, it's almost slower than Game of Thrones.
I mean, the opening credits promise so much.
Yeah, what the boar-headed kid is still not here.
Yeah.
And we watched 10 episodes.
Yeah. I mean, we just got 10 episodes in, and we're just now introducing the blonde-haired kid into the story.
He was introduced...
No, he was introduced into the world.
2 seconds.
And he was introduced to the world, but he hasn't been introduced to the story yet.
Yeah. This is what's making me not enjoy this as much as I wanted to, because I wanted to watch a hype as fuck battle shonen where they just fought all the time. They are fighting in the show.
Oh yeah, and the fights are fun.
Well, it's just too slow for me. I feel like I'm...
The battles?
Yeah. The whole show.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, the battles are pretty
like, at
awesome.
the beginning, we went through, like, 2.5 years or whatever.
Yeah.
In the span of 1 episode.
Yep.
And now it's just, like, slow down.
Yeah. So, what happened this time around?
I have no idea.
Well, try real hard to remember and tell them.
Well, this episode was about 2 kids showing up and trying to wreck Tanjiro's shit while he's trying to sell his brand of toilet paper.
In jokes, love it. All right.
Yeah, so Tanjiro, the episode 9 ends off at the part where Michael Jackson poisons this other dude, and he turns into a demon, and then he starts going on this...
That was all episode 8, but...
murder frenzy.
Episode 9...
Really?
Yeah, episode 9 began the fight.
Oh, well, fuck, man. This fight went where...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not Dragon Ball Z length, but...
Like, episode 9 starts with, like, the 2 demons have arrived.
I guess you're right, because they showed up at the end and started shit. Yeah, so the entire episode is just the fight.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like, it starts off pretty interesting, and it's just, like, Yushiro is, like, one of the Tamaris comes through the wall, and Yushiro's like, I'll protect you, lady... What was her name again?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Sure, we'll go with that. And I'll protect... And he jumps in front of the Tamari and, like, deflects it, and he's like, yeah! Oh, shit. Because, like, after he deflects it, he just goes... Whoop, and comes back and takes his head clean off.
At least he blocked it with his face.
He did. He did. Unfortunately, our boy Tanjiro isn't having much luck either. And he's able to dodge him, but he can't make any headway.
Yeah, that's because our dog in human clothing is, like, sniffing it out, but it's not all that efficient in dodging these Tamari.
Nope.
And I guess he's using way too much energy until Yushiro.
Yes.
That's the dude. His head regenerates because...
That was... I mean, this...
the wound did not take.
Every once in a while, this show does have some pretty gruesome imagery, and I like... Watching his head and skeletal structure and skull just, like, start to reform is just kind of like...
It's not the most gruesome thing I saw this week. But anyway...
This week?
Yes. But anyway, they start having this death match between boy number 1 and girl number 1. I don't know their names. They're not even important characters because they die.
Well, the episode 9 is called... We'll just call them by what the episode was titled. Arrow Demon and Tamari Demon.
Yeah, Arrow Demon and Tamari Demon. We didn't get to know them very well.
No, we did not. So when
they were sent by Michael Jackson to recover the doctor woman.
Well, he didn't know they were there. They were there specifically to bring back the head of the boy with the Hanafuda style earrings.
Those poor earrings.
Those poor earrings.
Yeah, he wants the head because Tanjiro was gonna murder him?
I don't know. I have my theories, but we have no, I have no proof either way. So Yushiro's head reforms and then turns to Tanjiro and goes, "You fool! Just look at the arrows and you'll know which way the Tamari are going to fly."
You know what? We did not like this episode, now that I think about it.
Did we not?
Yeah, because there was a lot of stock footage in it.
Oh, that's right! This is the episode that recaps itself. That was so stupid. We'll get there, though. We'll get... That's right, we didn't like episode 9. That we actually did rank it pretty low there. But, so, Tanjiro obviously is going, "The fuck are you talking about? What arrows?" So he paper, and...
Yeah, Yushiro staples this piece of paper to his forehead, which allows him to see the arrows going through the air, which are controlling the Tamari, and the direction they're going in.
So, he's able to now effectively dodge them, and... Oh, because even when he cuts them in half, the pieces to start smacking him in the face and stuff like that. That was kind of fun. So, Nezuko decides to get in on the fight, and he's like, "Nezuko, you go take care of the other one!" And she's like, and runs off. So he's fighting Tamari Demon, and she's fighting, using the 2 Tamaris, and he's actually doing well.
Yeah, he's doing very good.
And then he, after a while, it shows he gets the upper hand. Get it? The upper hand. Because he uses his form to cut off her arms. Puns are awesome.
Anyway.
But,
this is where the episode devolves.
Because he does this thing, it shows him, like, to take off her arms, he does this, like, little form where he dances around and, like, then comes up and slices her arms off. And then it cuts to the commercial credit. Yeah, the commercial stinger. And then it comes back from the commercial stinger to show him standing there. She's disarmed. And then it shows him reflecting on the thing he just fucking did, but in grayscale.
I don't know if there was just some animation errors or direction errors in this, or the director just kept putting scenes next to each other.
Yeah.
You're like, I just saw this a second ago.
And even worse, Nezuko goes and she starts fighting Arrow Demon.
Oh yeah.
And
this was pretty bad.
And then, after she kicks him in the face, and he blocks it a little bit.
They repeats the entire fucking scene all over again.
Yeah, it goes to something else, and then when it comes back, it does that scene all over again, frame for frame, shot for shot.
What?
It's like, show we were there, we saw it. We don't need your help here. We got that. We saw it.
Yeah, so I would give this episode a very low score because it kept doing it.
Yes. But it looks like they got the upper hand. But then Tamari Demon goes all like Asura's Wrath on us and gets 6 arms and 6 Tamaris. And Arrow Demon shows that he can just control people with his arrows and with his eyeball hands, which is kind of neat. And that's they decide okay, wrong matchup, switch partners, and Nezuko takes over fighting Tamari Demon. Tanjiro takes over fighting Arrow Demon. And at first, Arrow Demon's giving him a bit of a run for his money until he learns how to. He's like, "Oh, okay, I'll just go whatever way the arrows go, and then they can't hurt me."
Yeah. I don't like the arrows guy's power because I don't know.
He is essentially Gravitron from, I think his name, the Avengers villain from that Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, so I wasn't really paying enough attention to the arrows, but if they did not input the Konami code during this sequence, then that was a huge missed opportunity.
How would you depict up, up, followed by down, down?
Did you not ever watch Hellsing Ultimate?
Ultimate? No. I watched the original Hellsing.
There's a scene where the one dude goes into the mansion and starts killing people.
The dude.
Yeah, it's like episode 2 or something. It's not very far into it.
Okay.
He goes in there.
Were these the two brothers, or was this the? Okay, I know what you're talking about.
It plays out completely different in Hellsing Ultimate.
Okay.
He goes in there and he starts killing Integra's guards.
Okay.
And he comes to this four-way intersection in the halls.
Okay.
And there's all these guys around him. So he just starts. He's like up, and then he turns around and goes down, and he's like left, right, left,
God.
right. And then he says, bringing you the motherfucking death by Konami. It's a great scene.
All right. Well, I don't know if he did it or not. I don't think he did.
Missed opportunity.
But he is flinging Tanjiro all over the place until Tanjiro just sort of like goes, "Wait a minute, I got this," and then just lops his head off. End of episode.
Yeah, end of episode.
To which the next episode just picks it right back up.
And he's like, I hate you, Tanjiro. Now, I don't buy this because his head is completely severed from his body. It's several feet away from it.
Yeah, by a Demon Slayer's blade, which is, they said, the only thing that can kill demons.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck you, Tanjiro, I'm still gonna get you. And he's still able to control his body even though his head's not connected to it.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird. And he does this thing where he's like, he like hits him with like. At first, I thought it was going to be something completely different because it showed like the eyeballs in his hands, which usually show the direction the arrows are going to point. Like shows like all directions.
Yeah, like
and then,
8 directions.
Yeah, and then like there's like all these arrows coming out of Tanjiro in like every direction. I thought it was going to rip him apart. Like that was going to be the like they were all going to go.
Too.
Yeah, but no. Instead, we go back to the pinball thing that he's been doing. Only.
And then Tanjiro is like, I just need to keep using my Hita Mitsurugi style skills to get past this. And that's what he does.
Like literally
until his head decays.
Yeah. So,
Arrow Demon's head decays.
Yeah, Arrow Demon is like slowly decaying as... Well, that's what they called him.
It's kind of funny because Arrow and Arrow, like Eros, the love-making thing, and Arrow, they sound the same thing, and never mind.
Okay.
You're very confused.
I am.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. Arrow Demon, the sexy demon, his head decays, and...
What?
Yeah, Arrow Demon.
Shabadadu?
Yes.
He controls people's movements because that is sexy. Shabadadu. Oh my god. So when he finally like decays and Tanjiro falls out of the sky, and he's like
onto his back.
He's like, so he falls onto his back and goes, "Oh shit! I have a broken leg and rib."
He doesn't break his spine or anything.
No.
Just, fuck! I broke my rib.
It's like that landing from 3 stories in the air or straight onto my back broke my rib and my leg.
I'm not sure how he confirms this, by the way.
I don't know.
Pretty sure you need like an X-ray to confirm that you've got a broken rib.
Well, all I know is that apparently he believes that, and this will come into play in a minute.
I'm calling bullshit because this kid starts crawling on the ground on his stomach.
Yes. Well, I call it bullshit too because after the fight's over, he just gets up.
He gets back up too.
And just starts walking.
So much for his broken rib and leg.
I know.
Does his breathing technique allow him to do this?
New power.
Yeah,
new
from the
power.
sword, from the black sword.
There we go again. He's at new power. He's got fucking Wolverine healing regenerative powers. So he decides to start crawling back towards the fight with his sword in his mouth like Zoro in One Piece. Meanwhile, Nezuko's still fighting Tamari Girl. In the last episode, it shows like she's like gonna kick the Tamari back,
which failed horribly.
Yeah, like Lady Doctor Demon. She goes, "No, wait!" And it's too late. She tries to kick it, and it just implodes her leg. It's like, oh, no more leg. But then in the beginning of this episode, Yushiro is fighting Tamari Girl, the Tamari Demon, and he's able to turn invisible. So she creates a dust storm so that he can't be invisible anymore.
She's like, haha, I found you.
And Nezuko's suddenly there. Totally there.
She got her leg back, too.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I was just reconfirming it. Like last episode.
Oh, yes. Fuck. Well, this episode was a lot better. It didn't do any of that shit, luckily.
Yeah.
And the fight was fun.
Which really confused me, They had to do all this repeat bullshit in episode 9. In episode 10, they don't have these issues.
No.
Whoa. Weird.
Yeah. So now, Nezuko comes and saves Yushiro, but it looks like even Yushiro's like, no, not again, because she's gonna kick it again. She kicks it. It doesn't implode her leg. And Lady Dr. Demon comes out and goes, oh yeah, I gave her regenerative injection that healed her leg back.
That does the regenerations.
And then Tamari Demon and Nezuko basically Ganondorf this.
They're like playing fucking tennis or some shit, and they're having this long-ass rally.
Well, do you remember that scene at the end of Ocarina of Time?
I never played it, so...
Oh, no? Oh, well, they'll know.
They'll know!
They were, to defeat Ganon's first form, he throws a ball of evil magic at you, and you have to hit it back.
Link to the Past when you're fighting Aghanim?
Yeah, exactly. So you sit there, boom, and Ganondorf like, bleh, boom, bleh, and gets faster and faster. They do this in Demon Slayer only with a Tamari, but they're kicking it back and forth to each other. And meanwhile, Yushiro's all like, oh shit, she's super fucking powerful. It's like, what did you do to her, Doctor? And she's like, I didn't
actually do anything.
Not me.
I just gave her the regenerative shit. This is her being a badass.
And she actually kicks it so hard it actually goes through the wall behind Tamari Demon.
Which means Tamari Demon lost the rally and Nezuko has scored a point.
Yep, 1 point to Nezuko. However, Lady Dr. Demon's all like, well, that's cool, this is fine and all, but if Tamari Demon decides to fight at her full power, Nezuko won't stand a chance. And as if on cue, Tamari Girl goes, alright, I'll fight you at my full power now. It's like, well, alright. So...
But the Doctor goes up and bluffs her and is like, you know Michael Jackson's real name, don't you?
Well, she doesn't bluff her, she uses a spell.
Yeah. She used her bluff spell.
Which
she cast bluff.
It's poisonous to humans, but it causes any demon to inhale it to be incapable of deceit or lies.
Lies! Nezuko inhales it and goes to sleep.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, she wasn't lying. She was tired.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's how she does. She gets to get her strength back. She goes to sleep.
Yeah, so Tamari Demon has the unfortunate stupidity to inhale this stuff.
I don't think she noticed it was happening.
And she's like, yeah, I know his name. So she speaks his name, and I guess his name is cursed.
Well, remember the triplet water demon guy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's like,
I can't say it. I can't say it. Nope, I can't. I'm not. Nope. Like he became terrified just being asked. We find out why.
So she tricked her into saying it, and she pays the price.
Apparently, if you say Muzan's full name, his true name,
you get fisted.
Literally, because 3 fists come out of her, 2 from her stomach and 1 from her mouth.
I like how I made that sound so dirty.
I know you do. And they turn and they start ripping her apart and squishing her head. Kind of gross.
And then the Doctor's like, well, you know what? She wasn't one of the big badass demons I wanted you to get the blood from. Because those big badass demons, they have numbers on their eyeballs.
Obviously, they were so weak they couldn't possibly be one of the 12. And to which Tanjiro was like, that was weak?
Those guys were weak? What the... What?
What the fuck? So, that's pretty much the end of the episode for the most part. They have a little scene at the end where they meet in the basement, and the Doctor's all like, well, we accidentally ventured too far into Muzan's territory, so before he finds us, we need to go. He's like, we need to GTFO, and there was a really kind of touching scene where she's like, they're talking about the charm that Nezuko's under. Mm-hmm. She's like, it's weird, she's treating us like as if we were human, and it's like, well, maybe that's just how Nezuko sees you. She sees you as human, and she just hugs the Doctor, and the Doctor just starts crying. It's like,
big,
aww.
long hug.
It was seen. Oh, and she goes
demon
to
hug.
and she keeps going to Yushiro.
Demonic hug.
She keeps going to Yushiro and just going. And Yushiro keeps getting pissed about it.
It's like, stop it.
Stop it. Oh, I loved it. It was fun. So they leave. They part ways, and the crow. We go back to the Raven screaming at him.
Fuck that crow.
Southeast, southeast, southeast.
Yeah, the crow is now my least favorite character.
And on the road, we see a very familiar, blonde-haired, yellow-clad demon hunter. And he's begging a woman to marry him because he could
marry me because I'm gonna die.
I need to at least be married before I die, and I could die at any second.
And she's like, "The fuck, get off me!"
And that's where it ends. So, a very uneven 2 episodes. One episode pissed us off so much with this fucking recap. The other episode was like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Let's not do it this time. And let's actually put some, like, some feels in there, too. And it actually worked really well.
All the feels.
I think episode 10 was really good. I would have, if we were ranking this week, I would have ranked it pretty high.
Would you have?
Yeah, I actually had a lot of fun. The fights were really cool. And it didn't do any recap that pissed us off.
That's very true. No recap is a good thing.
And like I said, they actually put a little bit of feels in there, and it was really nice.
Got Featherhoof right in the feels.
A little bit, yeah. Because it's like the poor lady, Dr. Demon Lady, it's like she's been alive for over 200 years.
Poor
this
lady,
is the
Dr. Demon Lady.
Yeah, she for the first time in 200 years, hasn't felt like an outsider or demon. Someone treated her as if she was still human again, and she broke down in tears over it. It was like, oh my god.
Unfortunately, we're like almost all the way through the first season part.
And we're just now introducing member number 2 to the group.
Which means there's gonna be no hope of getting the Boar Kid.
Nope. So why he's even in the opening intro, I don't know. Actually, I don't. That is the problem with the show so far. Is I think I think we wouldn't have as much of an issue as if the opening intro didn't promise so fucking much.
This is very true. This is the most bizarre. Like, are they gonna switch this? Because this is going into next season, and if they switch the opening, then why did you put these fucking characters in the first opening and promise that we're gonna have this shit and then not deliver?
I mean, there's like the opening show promised a blonde-haired kid that does lightning and a boar-headed kid with 2 swords. And this fun group dynamic where the blonde-haired kid is totally in love with Nezuko, and the boar kid hates the blonde-haired kid. It's like, we're gonna see this cool group dynamic. There's no group yet! You have 2 episodes left, no group!
I don't know how I would feel about reading the manga.
I don't know.
Based on this.
I don't know. I don't know. I enjoy watching the fights in this show. The fights are fun to watch, but it's just this show's overall pace is just glacial.
It's inconsistent.
That too. But that was Demon Slayer. Like I said, a mixed bag. Not, if you take them together, not horrendous. But those recapping something you just showed us 3 seconds ago, fuck you.
Yeah, recapping something you just showed us 3 seconds ago. Fuck you. That was Demon Slayer. I don't have anything else to add.
No. So, moving right along. Coming up next is Zadororo.
First things first, I have mixed feelings about both of these episodes.
I do too.
I like episode blah blah blah, but not episode blah 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 blah.
Ah, so you liked Nue, but not...
I liked Nue, but I did not like this one. It had some sprinklings of episode 15 in it.
I will agree, there was some weird animation, but it wasn't consistent throughout the whole episode.
And then, for the most part, it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
There's literally only one good part to that episode, and that's the end when Hyakimaru
gets a Pokemon?
And Hyakimaru and Tohamaru have their fight.
That was pretty badass, yes. But first, before we get there, he had to fight a Nue.
He had to fight the Niue.
So I think it was because they had 1 week off too, didn't they? So they're actually one episode
19 or 20 or
probably 20 and 21, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So I can verify.
Yeah, that's right, because Rising was 22 this week.
Yeah.
So 20 and 21.
So episode 20, the story of the Niue. You know, this one, there's no meat to this.
It was still pretty good. I like the backgrounds. Now, the one caveat I have about this is that they had these really beautiful backgrounds in this episode. And
but
then
the characters
look like they don't belong in the world.
Do you remember those scenes in the Mary Poppins movies where they go into the animated things and they obviously don't look like they belong there, or they're walking on anything that's really real? That's what this episode was like. They're walking on these beautiful fall landscapes.
Yes.
Like landscape paintings. But they are, you know, cel-shaded, animated caricatures on top of them. Sometimes CG.
And the music was really good.
But that's because the music is always good in the show. The music is done by...
I didn't feel that for the second episode.
Okay, alright.
Well... Niue episode was really good, though, in my opinion.
I don't think it was, to be perfectly honest.
We have differences of opinions here.
I'm sorry, you are obsessed with it because of its art, and I give you that. But there's no meat to this episode.
There's plenty of meat.
It is about a dude...
You see how big that Niue was?
God damn it.
You could butcher that thing and feed a village for weeks.
It's about a dude who's obviously a bad guy, who's like, oh, I'm here to fight the Niue. Here, it's over here. Ah ha ha, I'm actually a bad guy, and I led you to it so
he was a bad guy.
That's all that's bothering me about the second half of the series. Every human being they come... Like, the first half of the series, it's all like, oh, Daigo Asshole's a bad guy because he sided with demons to get a promise from them. This half of the season, everyone is siding with a fucking demon. Everyone! Everyone!
I will remind you that there was another show you watched where everything is a bear, and you enjoyed that.
Yes, I know. But there's fundamental differences between these things.
Bear's better than demons, obviously.
One of them was sexy. Shabba-da-doo.
And I guess the other wasn't.
No! Dororo. So, they fight the Niue. This guy is working with the Niue, and the fight sort of abruptly ends because he has to save Dororo. Hyakimaru has to save Dororo from the snake tail.
Yeah, he was fighting the Niue. He obviously had the upper edge because he has swords for arms and
plot armor.
Yeah, Hyakimaru is a badass.
As we will discuss when we talk about the next episode. But
so yeah, he saves Dororo, and Dororo's having her misgivings. She's like, "You can't kill this Niue because you're gonna become evil." And he's like, "I don't care. That's my body."
So they fall off the cliff, and at the bottom of it, Dororo gets her arm stuck by the debris.
My arm's stuck. Just leave me. I'll figure this out.
Yeah, it'll come out. I'll be able to get it out eventually. If I squirm enough, it'll be fine. But
little did she know.
This spring starts to bubble up and water.
Yeah, apparently coming crashing down caused an underwater reservoir to burst forward, and it's flooding the whole place. And now Dororo's in danger of drowning, and Hyakimaru can't save her because he's dumb.
This was like, okay. So, this is Dororo's answer. He gets on the side of the boulder.
That is not Dororo's answer.
Hyakimaru's answer, sorry. He gets on the opposite side of the boulder and starts pushing it at the mountain.
Which, of course, he does not have enough strength to move it.
It's like, I don't know if it was just me. I would look for a fulcrum point to like move the boulder off or push it from the side.
So here's an important plot oversight. Is that he pushes on it so hard that his arms, like, break.
Well, his one arm
cracks. I don't know if they break completely, but there's at least splinters and cracks in his arms.
In one arm.
And he can't get Dororo free, so he starts headbutting the rock, as if that was going to do anything.
Yeah. This is so dumb. And if it wasn't for our 5th edition Bard, who suddenly just Deus Ex Machina's in there.
5th edition Bard shows up and is like, I got this, bro.
It's like, you two are fucking stupid. And just like, it's like what I would have done. You know, stab sword in point where boulder meets boulder, you know, levers it off. Dororo is instantly free.
I mean, you could have also amputated her arm.
Actually, there was a time where I thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, my first thought is that, yeah, Hyakimaru is going to amputate her arm, but no, he goes and headbutts the rock because that's
going to work. So, after a brief moment with 5th edition Bard, they go back to fight the Nue. And our friend, his fucking name...
No, he's fighting the Nue.
No, we gotta remember our friend... Dice Hole?
Dice Hole. It was a really stupid name.
He shows his flashback of when he met the Nue. Yeah. And long story short, he has a sexual fetish for watching people scream for their lives right before they're devoured. So that's why he helps the Nue.
Because the Nue killed his mother. And so he has... Anyway...
And he hates Hyakimaru because Hyakimaru is the cool samurai type he wished he could have been.
Anyway, yeah, Dice Hole was not the coolest character. No. So anyway, Hyakimaru starts fighting the Nue again, and...
Whoops his ass.
He's clearly winning, and Dice Hole's like, I'm gonna help you, and Hyakimaru's in the zone. And he blocks Dice Hole's attack.
Yep.
He's like, I knew you were going to betray me.
And then he allows the Nue to nom him so that they could merge.
It was a well thought out plan.
Yeah. And then that somehow gives the Nue wings. I guess he had Red Bull on him. I don't know. And then Hyakimaru goes, I don't give a fuck, and then kills it.
Yeah, he just brutally murders it. He doesn't get any body parts back, though. And he's
very upset by this fact.
I was supposed to get a body part back from this. No!
And this is one of my biggest problems with this episode. The writers are just like, oh, that's right, we're on episode 20. Fuck, we gotta get to the end.
We gotta wrap this up.
And then Hyakimaru, for no apparent reason, decides, I need to go back to Daigo now. And he just goes...
He's like, the rest of my body is held by Daigo, asshole. I'm going there. Dororo's is like, no, you can't do that!
Well, even Dororo goes...
The thing about Dororo is just, like, you can't do this because you're gonna become a demon.
Yeah.
Hyakimaru's like, don't care, it's my body.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's where it ends. And then we pick it up at episode T1.
Yeah, 21.
And,
I'll be honest, I didn't really care for most of this episode.
This is a bad episode. It
was them talking and talking and talking.
It's like 6 vignettes.
And I didn't even really care about most of it.
No, it's like, for the most of it, it's like Daigo's like preparing for war, but he hears of Hyakimaru's coming.
He's like, oh no, Hyakimaru, terrible. And Tomaru comes in and is like, I will take care of the Hyakimaru.
And then we get background into Mutsu and Hyogo's past.
Yeah.
How they were like saved from dying from starvation in a cell somewhere.
And they tried to murder Daigo, asshole.
That was actually kind of cool. And when as kids, they actually formed a plan to kill the first person who came in that cell.
Because reasons.
And
the first person that came in was Daigo, asshole. And he's like, I'm your friend.
And then he brings... It shows that he basically found these 2 children to give to his son as a pets.
Pretty much. And Tomaru's like, pets!
Yeah, yay!
Human pets!
I got my own human pets! So... Okay. I think literally nothing happens in this episode. For some reason, we have this whole story arc of this poor mama horse being separated from
the mama horse is very important because I know that Featherhoof is going to get pissed over this.
Yes. Well, sort of. It's kind of cool, but still pissed.
We have this whole arc building up this mother horse about Daigo assholes men wanting this horse because it's the best horse they've ever seen.
And there's like this long, drawn-out scene of this horse like struggling against being taken and separated from its foal, and which is sad. But it's sort of like, where are we going with this? It's like, did we have to waste the 5 to 7 minutes on this?
They go almost nowhere with it.
Was it really necessary?
Well,
but so, and then it shows like Daigo's one a ninja guy. He sees the horse and goes,
horse.
Yes. So we get to Hyakimaru and Dororo. Dororo's like says like, look, man, because this one peddler's like, hey, you don't want to go that way. There's a war about to happen.
Nope, there's a war. And Hyakimaru's like, nope, that's where my body is. Gotta go.
He's like, hey, at least you got your life, so don't even bother going that way. And Dororo's like, see, like I said, at least you have your life. And Hyakimaru does make a little bit of a plea. He's like, it's not fair. I want to be able to feel like Dororo does. I want to be able to see Dororo with my own eyes, like you're able to see me. It's not fair. It's mine, and I want it.
It's mine. It is.
Well, it's like it even showed like I like the scene where I did like the scene where it showed Hyakimaru's mother, and she's like contemplating the fact it's like she's lamenting her position.
He's like a little toddler that wants his toys back, and it's like, bro, those are his fucking eyes and his arms. Come on.
But she's making an allusion to where his mindset is right now.
I know.
And he is.
She's also lamenting that Tohamaru's being an idiot as well.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling she doesn't want them to fight.
Well, yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Her kids.
Well, she makes it like it's not it's.
She's the only one that has any common sense.
She's like it's awful that I have to choose between being the wife of a lord and the mother of children.
But I have to be both.
Yeah, it's like, ugh. So, they meet up.
This is foreshadowing the part where she gets right in between them when they're fighting again.
Yeah, probably.
And dies horribly.
Well, Hyakimaru and Tohamaru do fight again. And this fight, I love because
this is a pretty badass fight, actually.
Yes, this is the best part of the episode. They're just Dororo and Hyakimaru. She's still trying to give her plea, like, look, we can just go back. You don't have to. He's like, what are you going to do if you meet your mom and dad? He's like, if they get in my way, I'll kill them.
I'll kill them.
And he's like, but those are your parents. If you kill them, you'll never be able to be with them ever again. And then
he's like, I've got you, Dororo.
And it's like Dororo's like, because I don't think Dororo's starting to have second thoughts here. It looks like. And all of a sudden, Hyakimaru's all like, my asshole senses are tingling. And grabs Dororo and puts her behind him and like deflects an arrow that like shatters his already broken arm. And it's Tohamaru and Mutsu and Hyogo. And it's like, oh ho! And he's like, don't fight your brother, Dororo screams. He's like, he called me demon!
He called me demon, I'll never forgive him.
That's so dumb. That is so dumb. It's like, really?
So now Hyakimaru's in rage mode, and then we get this really cool fight.
Oh my god, this fight. So, it sort of plays out a lot like the last time. It doesn't...
Does it? Because he was like he fucking murdered him last time.
Well, no, last time is still the fight sort of plays out more or less the same. Until Hyakimaru is just... He's
like, I gotta get that arrow, that guy with the bow and arrows. Yeah, I don't like that motherfucker.
And he rips Mutsu's arm clean off.
Yeah, he gets a good shot in and takes that arm right off, and then
Hyogo
gets right after him. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," and Hyakimaru's like, "Nope, asshole sense." Bam! Takes one of Hyogo's arms off too.
Yep. So it's just Tohamaru and Hyakimaru. Until Daigo asshole's men show up, his ninja men.
They're like, we gotta save Tohamaru, because it looks like Hyakimaru has the upper hand here.
This is he doesn't really attack Hyakimaru on the back of the white horse.
He tries to trample him, and then, like...
That's the worst trample attempt I've ever seen if that was the case.
It doesn't work, because Hyakimaru is like, haha, I know how to dodge.
It's like, dude, my dex stat is just beyond compare right now.
So then he gives him, like, a free action to talk for, like, 20 minutes with Tohamaru and crew.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
And then he says the horse off after.
No, he does 2 swipes, and then after the second one, he just turns. He's laced this horse with bombs. Lights the bombs.
This is the same horse we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, the bright white horse. It's laced with bombs. And then as he jumps off, an archer shoots him with an arrow to make it just, terrified so it won't stop moving.
Yeah, it charges right at Hyakimaru.
And even though Hyakimaru apparently rolled 20s on his his agility checks, he must have rolled a 1 because instead of trying to dodge it, he goes, "Oh, maybe I should block the oncoming 1,200-pound animal."
Yeah, I should block the fucking horse.
And actually, surprisingly,
he worked really because it pushes him back towards the cliff.
Well, what I found interesting is that it didn't just knock his ass clean over.
Yeah, there's a very big mass discrepancy here.
Yeah, but instead he's able to. I blocked the horse, and it starts pushing him towards the cliff, and then explodes
into bloody chunks.
Into lots of bloody chunks. It made me very upset. God damn it!
Yeah, Featherhoof likes horses. If you don't know.
So, they kidnap Dororo.
As insurance.
Yep. And they bind up the wounds of Mutsu and Hyogo.
And scold them.
And Tohamaru's like, no, Hyakimaru's still alive. I'm going to go down there and kill him. And...
He does the thing.
What thing?
He's like, I'm going to go kill him. He's such a demon. If he's not dead now, he's so blinded by his bloodlust thing.
Blinded by his bloodlust.
And Ninja Dude's like, I'm sorry about this, but I have a blow dart gun. And he
oops, starting your
shrinks him. And he's like, no, I was about to get my revengeance.
He's gonna come back as a fucking cyborg now?
Yes.
So, they leave with Dororo in tow. And, then it goes down to Hyakimaru, and possessed pieces of samurai armor come out of nowhere.
Body armor came out.
And they merge with the bloody chunks of exploded horse to create Rapidash. They create a Pokemon.
I'll take his word for it.
It's right on screen. I will show a comparison. They created Rapidash. The Pokemon universe was started in Dororo.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
So now I get the feeling that Hyakimaru is gonna ride a burning horse into the demon village thing.
Into Daigo?
Yeah, he's gonna trample him. And he's gonna burst into flames.
As long as it's not like the Pope from Shield Hero.
The poor Pope.
I burst into flames!
It might be funny.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, it apparently was to the Pope. Remember?
It was very funny to the Pope.
But Dororo, these two is, again, very uneven episodes.
I don't know how this is gonna end up.
I'll be perfectly honest, I just kind of want it to end.
Yeah, Dororo has not been the most enjoyable show.
I mean, it was for the first half,
it
like
was,
last season.
But now it's like crashing and burning.
It really is. I think it's because you told me that he didn't finish it.
Yeah, he didn't finish it. He died.
So...
Poor Tezuka.
Tezuka-sama.
Okay.
He is god of manga.
Yes, the god of manga died before he was able to complete this, and I guess they're making up their own ending.
So whoever's writing it, just not... I don't think they're doing it very well. They're not doing it justice.
Well, it's impossible to know what direction he wanted to head into.
Well, I sincerely doubt that just out of nowhere they would have gone... Dororo would have... or Hyakimaru would just have decided, for no reason, going back to Daigo. It's like, okay.
Going back to Daigo.
But yeah, it's like...
Daigo's the final demon.
That, and it's like... He fell down that cliff. He has plot armor against cliffs. He's fallen down a cliff 2 episodes in a row.
Well, as we have learned, you can fall on your back, break your leg and a rib, and then get up 2 seconds later.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, like... I don't really seem to have high hopes for the next episode, Dora. I'm watching it because... At this point, I feel like only watching it is
going
because
with this
we're just so far in, and I just want to finish it.
We could drop it if you want.
We're too far in. Let's just finish it. So that was Dororo these 2 weeks. Fun fight scenes. I mean, the fight against the New Way was fun to watch. The fight against Tohamaru was awesome.
We need more of that instead of whatever they did that one episode where he off-screened all the fruit from the tree or whatever.
What?
When he was fighting the demon tree, and they just kind of didn't do any fights, but there was fights apparently. We need more of these fights.
Or that one where the episode 15, where it's like the fights were just like, oh, let's cut to a black screen and we'll show slashes.
Episode 15 was just inexplicable, man.
We had this episode 21.
We need more moths just crashing into towers.
Episode 21, there were remnants of episode 15 in there. There were some
that's what I said, man.
Weird off-model animation.
Very weird shit in this episode.
When they met that peddler who tried to tell them to go back, what was with that animation on that guy? He was drawn awfully and he moved weirdly.
And the scene where he falls down into the little valley place where the horse is blown into bloody chunks.
Yeah.
There's like dead bodies of people there.
Yeah.
And it looks terrible.
It really does.
It just looks fucking awful.
So, that was Dororo. It's sort of And with that, we're going to go ahead and move right along.
We also watched 2 episodes of Fruit Ninja.
Dost thou meaneth fruits basket?
I might.
Oh. I'm gonna take that as a admission of yes.
So we had 2 episodes, and the first one was about a guy that I did not like.
Which sucks because I think he's one of my very favorite characters of the show.
I'm just not feeling him, man.
But before he's even introduced, we have a marathon that Kyo's like super hyper about he's gonna defeat Yuki in, even though Yuki's kind of sick.
Yuki is very sick. So they you can tell the marathon.
You can tell he's sick because he goes. That just screams, just like he's just like just wrecked with influenza and pneumonia.
He could be faking it, like when young people call up their job and they're like, "I'm sick, I can't come in today." Yeah.
Yep.
In the middle of summertime, by the way.
Yeah, sure. You get sick in the summer.
I know, but the things I've called off over. Yes,
you have. We've worked similar. We worked in the same establishments at times.
Anyway, yeah. I don't think Yuki is pretending because...
No, he's obviously not pretending. No.
I think he is really afflicted by some viral disease, or maybe some supernatural disease.
And they sort of introduce a new what would you call it when something's a new trigger for the transformations. Apparently, if they get too sick.
Yeah, apparently if they get too sick, they'll transform into their zodiac form and then explode.
No, they don't explode. Well, they kind of do when they transform.
It would be cool.
They explode into smoke.
Bloody chunks.
No, no.
Like the horse did.
Shut up! Fuck you.
Just think about it.
No,
one moment Yuki can be coughing like, and he's a little rat, and he's like, what? And then he's just fucking blood everywhere. And Toru would be like, oh, it kind of looks like a flub.
Oh my god, shut fucking flub. So there's a marathon at the school. And the girls go first.
Do the girls explode?
No. This is actually one of my favorite scenes of the episode, though. Hana and Toru are like, "We're going. Ue-chan couldn't be here to run with us, so we're going to work extra hard for her." Yeah. And Hana's like, "Yes, we'll do it together. Yes." And like, "Okay,
we'll support you."
And they're like, "Okay, girls going first. Okay, ready?" And there's a little spark. Bap! And Hana's like,
I tried my best.
Go on without me, Toru.
Go on without me. You can do it.
Toru's like, I will work extra hard for all of you. Because Toru just is everyone's punching bag.
Yeah, so the girls go off and do their race, and it doesn't really matter because they don't cover it.
No, not really, because they go back to Kyo and Yuki, who are like, just super competitive. Ugh, I'm gonna beat you this time, rat boy. Shut up, cat. And the guy's like, okay, boys, you ready? Alright, and here we go, and guys, 3, 2, 1, bang! Vroom!
And they're off, and all the other boys are left in the dust.
Yeah, the boys are like, the fuck? Because Kyo and Yuki are just fucking blazing it, man. Like, the only thing that they didn't do was to show, like, flame trails behind them. So, we cut back.
If they put flame trails, you know, that might be a precursor to detonation.
Or Back to the Future.
Yeah, they're running so fast. They run 88 miles per hour. And you see all the fucking lightning and the sparks and stuff just forming around Yuki and Kyo, and then boom, just flame trails.
Yes. Oh my god, that'd be great. And then go back in time to Akito, and he'll rage at them.
I would love for us to make that, but what happened last time?
Yeah. So we cut back to Toru, who sees a person with white hair sitting in the grass.
Tell me about this person with white hair.
Well, she thinks it's an old person that fell down.
Stop old person smell. I learned that from Penguin Drum.
So she's like, "Oh, so old man, are you okay?" And it turns out to be this young dude just has white hair.
Yeah, it's just like a 17-year-old kid, and he's just chilling, and he's like, "Oh, do you know the Somas?"
He's like, "So maybe, who?" She's like, "I don't know. Are you a Soma?" Like, "Oh yeah, but wait a minute, my Soma sense is going off." And he gets up, takes a line, this like white cord, ties it off to this.
It's a very diabolical plot.
This the pole on the other side of the sidewalk comes back and like hides in the grass.
And he waits.
And Kyo and Yuki are coming down the road, and Kyo's finally getting the upper hand because Yuki's sickness is starting to get to slow down. He's like, yes, I might finally do it. I might finally beat Yuki. Whoop, pulls the cord.
And so Kyo falls for
about 20
Haru's
feet.
Wile E. Coyote trap and face plants right into the ground. And Haru's like, yes!
And then turns to the camera and it's like,
he's like, kids, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Don't try this at home because it was very dangerous.
It can cause serious injury, even death. And
but as we've learned from America's Funniest Home Videos,
that means people will try it.
It means that people will try it and other people will laugh at it.
Yeah, pretty much. So, we get introduced to our latest Soma, Haru. I'm sure there was actually a full part of his name, but that just says Haru.
Yeah,
Hatsu, I think it was like Hatsuhara, but Hatsuharu, but something to that effect. But just Haru.
I don't really like this kid.
He's very sort of chill and sort of a space case. You know, I'd left the Soma facility to find Kyo like 3 days ago, and I'm just sort of here. Such a mystery. To which I think it was Yuki who's like, "That's not a mystery. That's called getting lost."
He has a point.
So they're like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's a great story, but why are you here?" He goes, "Oh yeah, Kyo, I'm here to fight you." And he's like, "What? No, I only fight Yuki, and right now we're
fight Yuki
and right now we're in the middle of a competition, and we're in a race." He's like, "But I came here to fight you." And Yuki's all like, "Kyo, just accept the fight. You know what's gonna happen if you don't." He's like, "No, no means no." He actually pulls out the no means no. I did love that.
Yeah, no means no. Get out of here, Haru.
And then Haru sort of Jekyll and Hydes into this like street punk, angry motherfuckers. Like, oh, what? You fucking chicken? Huh? You can't fight me? You ain't getting out of this fight, you little fucking prick. I'll kick your ass. Obviously, I'm throwing in the expletives. They weren't actually there, but
they could be.
And then Yuki's like, oh crap, he triggered Dark Haru.
Yeah, so this is why I don't like this kid. Is the whole
come
Dark
on!
Haru persona.
Come on!
No.
I love Dark Haru!
No.
And so Toru's all like, what's so bad about it? He's like, well, he sort of has a split personality thing. When he gets upset, he just goes to this Dark Haru, and he gets... He's like, so
they call it Dark Haru, but he's kind of weird and loopy.
As opposed to a space case. And but one find funny, she's like, Toru's like, oh, so sort of like when Kagura gets, switches into her violet side, and Yuki's like, yeah, but creepier. Because like at that moment, like Haru comes over, you're like, oh, Yuki. And he's like, it's been so long, my first love. I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, his first love, so...
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So, Kyo and Haru sort of start to deck it out. And, until Yuki's sickness, he succumbs to his sickness.
He succumbs to his sickness
like,
and explodes into bloody chunks.
No, he doesn't. He just passes out.
I thought this was the end of Yuki.
No! So Haru, suddenly, just forgets the fight with Kyo. He's like, Yuki! And, runs over. Like, oh crap, we need to get him. But my sensei's house is so far away. But we call Kaxi. Oh, but what if he transforms in the middle of the text? We can't have that. Shit. What do I do? Well, only way. Toru, I'm gonna hug you now. And she's like, sorry, what? Too late. And hugs her, and he poofs, and he turns into a cow. Now, he's supposed to be the zodiac sign of the ox. He's clearly a cow.
He's a cow. Which
I didn't
absolutely zero sense.
I didn't look close enough to see if there were udders there, but
there's udders because he's a fucking cow. It doesn't make sense. Unless he's actually a woman pretending to be a man.
No. But he goes, all right, here's how this is going to work. Toru, you're gonna ride on my back so that I won't transform back, and you can put Yuki on my back so we can transport him back to Shigure's house. So they do.
Cows are female.
I know. That's why I said the thing about the udders. So but
this doesn't make any sense to me. I'm very confuzzled.
This is a world where 13 people transform into animals of the zodiac when they're hugged by the opposite gender.
I need emergency therapy.
You're really going to say that doesn't make any sense in a world where people transform into zodiac animals by being hugged?
Yes.
Okay.
We have jumped the shark this episode.
But I do love, they show up at Shigure's, and Shigure sort of just finds this all fucking amusing. He's like, well, y'all know how to make an entrance, don't you?
Shigure being Shigure.
And I bet you got a bunch of weird looks on the way over here.
And they're like, nah, it was just a bunch of kids.
What I find weird about Haru is that, out of all of them, when Haru transforms into his animal self, acts more like an animal than any of the other ones. He moos. When he sees Shigure, he starts nibbling on Shigure's kimono. He's very more animalistic than the others. It's kind of weird.
I hope that we don't have many episodes with this guy. He just did not work for me.
There's at least one other episode with him that I can think of that was in the old one. I don't think he's in it a lot. But,
I hope not, because
they didn't have my favorite scene of him in this episode. But
we did get this. This is going to be longer than the original anime.
Yeah, it's true.
By quite
63?
a bit. Yeah.
So
63 episodes.
So they're back home. Kyo's like, fuck this. Yuki's gonna be fine. I'm going back to school. But Toru, she can't bring herself to leave his bedside. And Haru stays there and he tells his backstory about how he hated the rat. Oh, I don't even know who the rat is, but I hate him.
The fucking rat.
Because of the rat in the story, everyone says I'm dumb and I'm an idiot because the rat used the ox to get to the tea party first. So I hate him. I hate the rat.
He might actually be dumb. Because he turns into a cow.
Oh, shut up. So it shows him meeting young Yuki. And he's like, you rat, it's your fault. It's your fault everyone says I'm dumb. It's your fault I'm dumb. And
Yuki's like,
are you?
Are you? Bro, are you actually dumb? And he's like,
no.
I never actually thought about it. I was just too involved in my own rage over you. Maybe I'm not dumb.
But now I'm suddenly in love with you. Okay.
Yeah, love.
So...
young boys in love.
So
sweet.
And then Haru makes some observations about how Kyo and Yuki have changed since Toru's been around. She's like, well, no, I haven't done anything. There's no way anything I would have done would have changed them. He goes, okay, we'll do a test. A test. And he's like, come here. When Yuki wakes up, you do... And so Yuki's like, what's going on? He's like, oh, you passed out. Because the entire time she's always just referred to him as Soma. Even though she's met all these other Somas, Yuki's the only one she refers to as Soma.
There's a ton of Somas, but he is the only Soma.
So she is like, oh, we carried you back here. We were worried that about you. We got you into bed, Yuki. He's like, oh, well, thank God for that. And it just poof, like transforms right there. He's like, oh, I guess your test failed there, Haru.
Is this the part where he exploded into bloody chunks?
No, he doesn't explode into bloody chunks. Stop it. So because he got so worked up while being sick by being called by his first name that it triggered his transformation. It was cute. I love Haru. I love Haru. I know you don't. You're wrong. But we live in America where you're free to be wrong if you want to be, and just continue to be so. But
I feel like I need to export some freedom to you.
Yeah, well, I will export some freedom back at you.
Alright, there's gonna be a lot of freedom here next week.
Make Haru great again. But, so that was episode 9?
9.
Thank you. I knew that. I wasn't asking, I was saying. But,
Is this the part where you explode into bloody chunks?
No! So we're in episode 10, which is now Valentine's Day.
Which has Kyo all sorts of bothered.
Yes.
When he realizes what day it is.
Well, what I find funny, I love they go to school and they're like, sort of like, oh, I expected Yuki's locker to be full of chocolates. And Hana's all like, it's probably the cuckoo effect.
All these other girls like him, so they've been taking the chocolates of the other girls and throwing them in the trash and putting their chocolates in.
So like how a cuckoo will put its own egg in someone else's nest.
But I will do the honorable thing and take these chocolates for myself.
I love Hana. Hana's the best character. So they go to class and I love it because Kyo's sitting at his desk. He has no idea what day it is.
Fuck, man, I'm just...
Something's off about today, and I can't figure out what it is.
This girl comes up to him and is like, here, Kyo, I gave this for you.
No, Kyon.
Kyon.
He's like, hey, way to go, Kyon. You got, girls love you.
She had to cue his name up, and he's like,
wait a minute.
What the fuck? Wait, is tomorrow Valentine's Day? And they're like, no, he said it's today Valentine's Day. And his friends are like, well, technically tomorrow is. And he's like, oh, fuck, no.
And he tries to run away with the teacher. This is one of the most badass teachers I've ever seen.
She's like, nope, your desk's over there. Get back in your seat. If you do not get back in your seat, I'm going to dye your hair.
Which, if she was in America right now, she would have lost her job. But,
not for a while.
No, she
all the news stories I hear about teachers, I'm like, they've been doing that shit for a while? Okay.
I sincerely doubt that this teacher just suddenly was, lariating children with books to stop them from running out the door.
But this is an anime show.
That's true.
She could have walked in and seen Kyo trying to get out and be like, lariat, motherfucker! Get back in your seat. And since he has a crushed rib cage, he's like, oh,
and broken leg.
and a broken leg. I'm sorry. Like, she just crushed his skull with a lariat, and he's like, I'll get back in my seat.
So, the school day ends, and Chero's like, you're really on edge, and, he doesn't really say much, but as they're walking down the steps, there she is. You knew she was coming. The return of Kagura.
And Kagura is waiting for Kyo.
And
Kyo is like,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. He jumps over the stairs and is like, gotta go.
Gotta go right now?
Yep. So he engages his Stanic speed and starts flying away, but he couldn't get away.
No.
Kagura was too crafty for him.
So it shows them back at the house, and Kagura's like, just basically like demands that they go on a date tomorrow.
And he's like, nope, not gonna happen. I'm not interested. And she's like, that's where you're wrong.
Yeah, there's actually this. Yeah, I love the dark looming of Kagura behind him.
It's like, you're going out with me, and that's final.
We'll even make it a double date with Toru and Yuki. And
Toru's like, a double date? What?
I've never even been on a date before, let alone a double date. I want to go.
Like fun.
And then, because everyone's fucking pussy whipped by Toru, he goes, fine, we'll go on the date thing. And this episode sort of has, like, it splits into, like, 2 episodes at the same time.
Does it?
Yeah, there's part of it that follows the double date. And then there's part of it that follows Shigure around.
Oh yeah, Shigure has his own arc within this.
Yes.
Where he goes
I would say the
troll everybody.
Yeah, the Shigure arc is actually...
troll arc.
It's sort of like more prominent this episode than the double date. The double date is sort of like a secondary thing that's happening.
It's really...
Well, they
go and watch a movie, and it was like a kid's movie.
Yeah, Toru and Kagura love it.
They're like, oh, this is a great... Oh my god, it's so sad.
And
I got the feels for this.
And both Yuki and Kyo have that look on their face like, I hope no one I know sees me here.
Yeah, I will be dead if I'm caught here. My social life will be over.
But it follows a lot of Shigure. And Shigure... This just might... I want to chalk this up to, 18 years difference. I don't remember him being a part of the grand conspiracy of things that were going on. Again, 18-year difference. My brain's not what it used to be because I'm old.
Yeah, he's going into the promised Neverland here. He's like, I'm scheming. Akito's scheming. We're both scheming. We gotta play this 4D chess here.
Yeah. Hattori's all like, you're scheming. And he's like, don't even deny it. I know you're scheming.
He's like, yep, I'm scheming.
And he tells the story about apparently Akito, Hattori, and Shigure all had the same dream. And while it shook Hattori and Akito, Shigure...
I don't think it shook Akito. It drove Akito completely fucking insane.
Shigure sort of... He talks about how he embraced that feeling. He doesn't really say what the feeling is, but he embraced it and decided...
The feeling of unadulterated, pure rage.
No, because Shigure doesn't have rage. He's known that he
does.
Well, he's like, I wanted to make it mine and make it tangible and make it real. It just became my obsession, and I don't care who I have to manipulate and use to make it real. He's like, hey, I might hurt people, I might have to manipulate a person here or there, but hey, I'm going to do what I'm going to do so I can meet, to get to my ends. Yeah, he doesn't. This episode doesn't really.
And Hattori's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Hattori's all like, here's the thing. I don't agree with you.
I don't agree
but
with
I
you.
won't
I'm not just
stop
standing in your way.
I'm not your ally in this, but I'm not going to stop you either. But I am going to give you some advice. And he's like, look, Toru's an innocent man. He's like, oh yeah, I know. He's like, Toru's the only one that when I'm using her is the only one who makes me feel bad about it.
And he's like, Shigure, you need to prepare to be punched out for this.
And Shigure's like, they can fucking have my bone marrow for all I care. I'm going to make it happen.
No.
And he goes to visit Akito, and he gets...
Is Shigure gonna blow into blood?
No, he's not. No one's gonna blow into bloody... I'm gonna hit you.
I'm gonna go read the manga to see if this actually happens.
Spoilers, no. But
it would be great.
No, no. I'm gonna hit you with something.
It would traumatize all the kids. They'd be like, "Oh, I love this Fruits Basket show, and it was great." And oh my god, I'm traumatized. I have PTSD.
So, Shigure delivers the chocolates for because Toru gave Shigure chocolates to take to the main campus for like Momiji and Haru and Hattori. So he delivers them.
Did she send chocolates for Akito?
No,
I wouldn't do it.
No, just the ones she's met, not the ones she hasn't met yet.
The nice people.
Yeah, so.
Send a poison mushroom to Akito. Like, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, dude, Akito hasn't even done anything to Haru yet, or Toru yet. I want to say things, but I know it'd be spoilery. Batman might change this one.
I know that Akito's insane already. And I'm pretty sure when he meets Toru, he's gonna fucking flip his shit and be an asshole and do Akito things.
I can't say. I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway,
he's about to explode into bloody chunks.
I'm gonna hit you. But so that was pretty much the end of it. They come back from the double date. It's cute. Oh, there was that scene where Shigure teases Kyo a little too much.
Kyo has a meltdown and Toru brings him back.
I love the scene, even though it brought back her useless rambling about the plum on their backs.
This woman is just...
But she does have some...
She doesn't have the madness, like the rage of Akito.
No.
She has a different kind of madness.
But she does clearly see some insight into Kyo that, even though he's not saying it, that he's holding on to some kind of hatred to protect himself.
A plum-shaped hatred.
Oh, God. And it's... Oh, this is a really... This is the best scene of the episode, is when she is able to calm him down and bring him back. I really did enjoy this scene.
Episode 10 was much better than episode 9.
Agreed. But I still enjoy Haru. I don't know, I just... 9, I remember that episode, the original version. This episode, I honestly don't remember.
Treading new ground.
It might be, it might not be. I'm just saying I don't remember this one in the original.
Well, I did hear that the original anime version does deviate from the manga.
I have heard these things as well.
I will not confirm this because I'm lazy.
And in the 18 years, I never bothered to go read the manga myself either. So, it's my own fault.
Bloody chunks.
What is with you?
Ever since I saw that fucking horse,
Poor horse.
The poor horsey.
It was like Aggro from Shadow of the Colossus, but with explosions.
Explosions.
So sad. But at least it turned into a Pokemon.
Yeah, we did get a Pokemon out of it.
But anyway, we're in Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very good episode here.
Yes. So in the comments below, all you Fruits Basket fans out there, tell him how he's wrong about Haru. And in the meantime,
I'm not wrong.
We're going to go ahead and move right along to the next episode.
Explode into bloody chunks. That would be a lot.
Moving along to the next episode.
Is there a Year of the Whale?
Oh, God, that video. Oh, shit. Moving along to the next episode. And finally, coming in at the end of our list is Rising of the Shield Hero.
Because that is sexy.
Shabba-da-doo. And it was. It was, in fact, episode 21. 21?
And 22.
Well, I mean, 21 specifically.
Yes, episode 21 is the first one that we're going to talk about.
The episode I've been waiting for. Oh! I've been waiting for this episode for so fucking long. It's vindication and comeuppance and awesome. Love it.
Honestly, I'm confused as to why they're putting more episodes out after this one, because this was a finale episode.
It actually was. Well, I feel that this was... They took a finale and a season opener and squished them together in one episode.
A season opener? What?
Well, like the way that a season opener would end and the way a season finale would begin. They squished those together into one episode.
This was a pretty humorous episode.
Yes, it was. Well, it is just... half of it just made me go, yay!
So we do get some comeuppances for our villainess.
And...
if you don't know who that is, I don't know why you've been watching this show. You are firmly in Team Spear Hero.
Mine, also known as Malty. This is actually the first episode they actually referred to her as Malty.
Yeah, so if you don't know, she has been a beer the entire time.
I mean, you've been referring to her as Malty for many episodes of
That's
this.
because it's her real name.
Right, that's her princess name. But apparently mine
that was
is
the name
her...
she was given when she was born.
Apparently she took on the adventurer name of Mine.
Yes, her adventure name is Mine, that she deceives everybody with, but it gets changed. We'll talk about that later.
So, the queen is all like... well, we open with the shield... I don't remember this part. I meant to go watch it back so I can see it again. It starts with the shield hero in a dream. And he sees Raftalia and Melty and Philo. And they're sort of like... not looking at him, but like sort of through him to something on the other side. And he turns and looks at it, and I can't remember what it was. It was
this scene was very unclear, and we did not know what to make of it the original time we recorded this.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what to make of it.
I know, that's why I meant to go back and watch it.
And I'm not sure we're going to know what to make of it. We're obviously getting sequel baited.
Yeah.
Even though that should have ended on this episode.
But he wakes up, and all the girls are sort of sleeping at the foot of his bed, like not like in the bed, like they're like arms and head in the bed. They'll wake up.
Need to call the FBI because this 20-year-old Naofumi is sleeping with a bunch of little girls.
But what did he watch Yuri Kuma?
Yes.
Oh no! Kuma shock. Long story short, he is told how he's been using the Curse Shield, which his new version is called the Wrath Shield. He's been using it too frequently.
Yeah, he needs to stop it.
And he has to chill it for a month. Apparently, it's like
because
it isn't just like something that's like cursing him more and more over time, but apparently it also goes the other way over time. If he stops using it, it will reverse it, I guess.
Because he did fall down and break his leg and a rib. And
about 3 pints of blood.
But it actually matters in this show.
Yes.
He has to chill out for a month and recover.
Yeah, because he's been asleep for 3 days.
And now he doesn't have brain damage from that.
Well, how he doesn't have the brain damage from losing, 4, 5, 6, 12 pints of blood that he lost last episode.
Or talking to Motoyasu.
Yeah, that causes brain damage too. Every time Motoyasu's on screen and starts talking, I feel dumber. Which pisses me off because I love spears.
He does have a real learning disability, as we will find in the next episode.
No, we find in this episode!
And the next episode.
Yeah, that is so... Okay. Talk about... I mean, we'll go back to being chronological for a second, but let me jump around a little bit.
You want to rant about this?
Motoyasu does not believe that Mine is lying. They force Mine to tell the truth. He even forces her to tell the truth. That how she's a deceiving, lying asshole. And gets disillusioned by it, even to the point where he can't even look at her by the end of the episode. Next episode, she does bad again, because bad chick does bad. And he goes, she would never! It's like, what? What the fuck?
You never learned, Motoyasu.
Motoyasu's a fucking tard. I'm sorry for people who get offended by that word. He's a tard. Anyway, going back. So, the queen's like, okay, look, you need to be at the castle tomorrow. All the heroes gonna be there. He's like, you need to be there. He's like, okay, I'll be there.
I will be there.
She's like, I want to thank you for my heart for taking care of my daughter, Melty, and we're going to give you 500 gold, which is like, I think they've been giving the heroes like 500 silver, except for Naofumi, after every wave.
Fuck that shield hero.
And he's like, we'll give you 500 gold, and a rare relic, like the kingdom's most rarest of relics, which they never say what it is. And we will have a feast in your honor. But you gotta come to the castle tomorrow before any of that. And he's like, alright, I guess. So it shows up, And I love it because they meet the other three heroes in the hall, and Moriyashi's all like, "Hey, you guys seen mine? Oh, I haven't seen her since like yesterday when we got to the castle."
But guess who shows up? None other than Chancellor Douchebag, who has been absent for so long, and I've been wondering about.
The person you've been slandering this whole season.
It shows back up in episode 21, and he's still wearing this, I'm scheming and I've got the shit-eating grin on it.
He's the Chancellor. It's a prerequisite for being Chancellor to have that grin permanently plastered on their face.
So he came up to, so he was in the job interview with the Queen, and she's like, here's the contract, and in the contract, you are contractually obliged to have a shit-eating grin at all times.
No, the interview. This is how the interview went. She's not even looking up at him. It's like, okay, let me see here. Oh, you got some qualifications. You might work well. You got some skills there. Let me see. And looks up at him, and he's just sitting there. And she goes,
she's like,
hired.
Looks legit.
Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly how the hiring process went for Chancellor Douchebag. But he has been vindicated this episode because he had nothing to do with any of this.
He had nothing to do with the whole church scheming.
Nope.
And Malty doing Malty things.
So they go inside, and she's like it shows like, oh, for some reason only the Shield Heroes party's allowed in because they showed like the Bow Heroes party. He like the big knight guy. He's like, why can't we go in? And they're looking around like the magic TVs. They have like magic TVs like throughout all the towns and all the courtyard and everything, so everyone can watch what's happening. And where the Queen announces, y'all been hating on the Shield Hero unjustly. Y'all been lied to.
These two motherfuckers.
And bring in the prisoners. And it's the King and Malty all chained up. And Mario's like, what is this? Why do you have mine chained up? And mine's all like, oh, Moriyasu-sama, please help me, please save me.
And he's like, what's the meaning of this outrage?
He's like, these two assholes have conspired against the kingdom. Now we find out
with the church.
Because we always thought, it's like, wait, why is the Queen like being like held captive in Musket Town? Why can she not leave?
She was over in Musketville for all this time.
We thought she was prisoner.
Find out why she was putting out fires, diplomatic fires.
Well, it turns out she was they were actually going to summon the heroes because of the waves.
Yeah, it was supposed to go out the whole way that Vittoria was explaining it. Each country was going to summon a hero.
But while she was out, and they were, each country was like, okay, well, we'll get this hero. Like, okay, you can have that one. And what about you? And, oh, well, we want this one. Yeah, but they were having their talks. The Pope talks the King and, Malty into this plan. We would summon all the heroes for our country. And
Malty's like, it's gonna fuck somebody over? And he's like, yeah.
It's like, will it make me
okay.
Queen? Will I become queen? Yes. I'll do it.
And he was like, do it.
Do it. But, so the reason she's been in Musketville and she's been unable to leave isn't because she was a prisoner. So she, like you said, she was literally going from, through the other three. Yeah,
because the other countries did not take kindly to any of this, and she was like, I gotta go talk to these guys down.
Yeah, because they were very unhappy. So, she basically puts mine and the King on trial. And she goes, because my daughter is a pathological liar, she says that was verbatim, we're going to put a slave crest on her and force her to tell the truth in front of all the witnesses here, in front of the 3 cardinal heroes, and in front of all y'all watching the magic TVs all over the country. And she goes, did you conspire with the Pope to try and destabilize the government and take the power for yourself? I would never do that.
And hilarity ensues.
Oh, the faces that she makes when she's being like fucking zapped.
Multi makes the best faces when she gets zapped.
It is so... I'm sitting there just...
I don't think we can even do it justice.
No. I will tell you this. I'm not the kind of person, generally speaking, who takes pleasure in pain. Like those movies, like the Saw movies, which are just straight torture porn. I can't stand them. But there's
just fucking hilarious.
There's just something about Malty getting her comeuppance and the vindication of the Shield hero that I'm just like, yes, I'm reveling in this. I love it.
Somewhere Chancellor Douchebag was doing that too. He's like, yes.
Yeah, but he's doing.
Yes, I'm not really evil, but this is so good.
And basically, like, did the Shield hero ever attempt to rape you? Of course he did. He forced himself on me. Blah, 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 blah.
And then Moriyasu's like, this is a lie. I don't believe any of it.
It's like, okay, you put a slave crest on her. You do it. And then ask her yourself. She will be incapable of lying if you are bound to her, if she is bound to you. And you went, I'll do that, and you'll see that this farce, all this fake justice, and it's like, mine, it's true, tell them that now Fumi's a scoundrel, and he forced himself upon you. He did, Morioso, I promise you he did. And
he's like, it can't be true. No. this no, it can't.
And she turns to the king, and he's like, he doesn't really, like, he don't lie. He just straight up says, I did this. Yeah, I did because I
did this.
I needed
I'm
to
guilty.
I needed to save the world from the evils that are caused by the Shield hero. I can't let what happened, what the last Shield hero did ever happen to anyone ever again. Which he doesn't really elaborate upon, but
I was doing the bads, and I'm proud of it.
I was doing it to save everyone from the Shield hero.
Yeah, so apparently he has some beef against the previous Shield hero.
And therefore all Shield heroes are bad.
Yeah, all Shield heroes are bad. Even though they don't explain what the previous Shield hero had done to him.
Yeah, we don't even go into that at all. So
I guess the previous Shield hero just walked up and kicked him in the balls, and he was like, fuck you, Shield hero. All Shield heroes are bad because of this.
So the queen goes, well, guess I have no choice. I sentence you both to death. Okay, I'm saying yes. Oh,
Somewhere Chancellor Douchebag's like, yes, death, death. I'm not really for the death penalty, but death, yes.
So they go to bed that night. Shield hero Naofumi-sama has a dream of them getting their heads lopped off by the most strangest guillotines
ever. It's a fantasy guillotine.
It is, because so the blade has to be unnecessarily curved and shaped for whatever fucking reason.
Fantasy guillotine. Whatever.
Yeah. So he wakes up. Oh Jesus! And he has a bad dream. He's like, oh. So they show up at the sentencing, and where the queen, she's like, I don't know. She's like, she's putting her hand behind her back, like she's like grabbing for something, and it's like the king is like, he's like looking at Naofumi with just like he just hates Naofumi, and Mine is down there just begging Motoyasu to save her, and he's just like
Motoyasu, you gonna save me? He's like, but you lied, and
he
even with my low intelligence, you've done a bad.
He has the look on his face as if someone told him that that Santa Claus isn't real, the Easter Bunny isn't real, and then proceeded to kick a puppy in front of him.
Poor Motoyasu.
That's the look he has on his face.
He's like, that poor puppy. and Santa Claus is real, isn't he?
Yep. So then she turns and starts to beg Naofumi for help. She's like, save me, Naofumi! Please! Please! And the facial animations they have when she's in the guillotine is just
so
like,
goofy.
They're very goofy. But Naofumi's like, this can't stand. I can't let this happen. So he goes down there and proceeds to play the douchebag. Like,
yeah, he plays the douchebag really well. He's hamming it up, and
it's like,
it's like,
did you see it?
Death is too good for these fools.
It's like, it'd be no point to use the guillotine on mine. She literally just begged the person she's been trying to kill for the past however many months to save her. Her head is her skin is so thick that the guillotine wouldn't even go through. And then the crowd's like, oh.
Might not actually with the way it's designed.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that is a really weird shaped blade. So he's like, okay, I propose something different. And the queen sort of looks relieved. And she's like, oh, and what do you propose, Sir Hero? I say that they are allowed to live. But from henceforth, the king shall be known by his new name, Trash. And the crown princess, the second crown princess, that they will both be stripped of all their rights and privileges and lands and everything. And the former second crown princess shall be known henceforth as Bitch.
Which translates to bitch.
Yeah. That does not mean just be like being like culturally insensitive and racist. They say bitch. They bitch you.
I love English.
I do too. And everyone's like,
that's so funny.
And then the queen's like, but
I can just imagine that the Chancellor douchebag is back up there. He's like, yes, bitch.
It's like, but my daughter Malta, I mean, Bitchu, she already has an adventurer name, mine. What will we do about that? It's like, you're right. So I guess by decree, we should change her adventurer name to Slut.
Yeah, so she's henceforth known as Bitch and Slut.
Yes. So it's the queen.
Very important plot point.
The queen, by law and decree, makes it so.
Yeah, and that's the end of the episode.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
They come back and because I like it, they're gonna leave. Yeah, like it's like, now Fumi, so you're really gonna leave the country? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go, wherever the waves are. That's where I'm gonna go. But and he's remembering what Victoria told him. He goes, I'll work with you. I'll work with you. It wasn't, it was Malty and the Pope and the King. It wasn't your fault. And still, my rage is still my own, but I'll work with you. And like, all right, sweet. There's gonna be a party later now. Fumi and the other three heroes are there. And like, I'm not gonna be there. And like, so then the three heroes go out to the middle of the arena to soak up the praise for doing nothing.
Yeah, we did
look
it.
At us.
We did
it. And the crowd's like, yay! And it's like, okay.
And for once in his life, Chancellor Douchebag was like,
So now it's actually, I love this scene. We're now Fumi's. He walks away from the queen, and the queen's all like, "Oh, thank God, Jesus Christ, that was hard. It was very hard to hold up that facade." And Milty's all like, "What do you mean?" Well, the thing is, and she reaches back behind her back again and pulls out this dagger and goes, "If now Fumi hadn't actually suggested what he suggested, I was going to threaten to kill myself if someone didn't try to save them." So,
now, I was told that they completely changed this, that now Fumi in the source material is begging for the queen to actually kill her, but she couldn't do it for political reasons.
Oh.
And also, an earlier scene where Raftalia was about to kill the fat dude.
Oh, yeah.
They changed that, too. She was about to run him through, and that's why he fell out the window.
They had to make it the kinder, gentler.
Yeah, they did some real moral whitewashing in this version of the show. Well, this is the only version.
Yeah.
So, this adaptation.
And then I did like as now Fumi was gonna leave town, he's met with a procession of all these townsfolk. All the
This guy's name cleared, and they're sitting in with a happy send-off.
Yep. But I find funny, most of the people are the people we've seen, the people who actually did work with him.
Yeah.
But then there's clearly townspeople who all fucking hated him.
They're like, like the previous episode, they were like, "Man, fuck this shield hero,"
and now they're
like, "Yeah, shield hero."
Oh yeah, you were unjustly treated. Oh man,
I knew it the whole time. Like, okay.
Oh yeah, we've got to talk about the audience. Like during the trial.
I care about the audience.
I loved it because there was always like that guy. I just love that one guy.
Very curious.
It's like, maybe we should hear from all the evidence.
Maybe we should have weighed the evidence.
So now we're getting to the next episode. Even though the last episode sort of clearly showed him leaving Melremark,
we should have had a finale, and the show should have been over as well. And then
I'm not complaining about more Shield here. I'm loving the show.
I don't even know how many episodes we have left in the season, but
3.
We're continuing.
There are 2, well, 3 including this one we're about to talk about.
This one is about the Queen convening a meeting of the 4 heroes to talk about the double XP weekend they're about to have.
Well, what I find funny is like, he's like, okay, I'm going to try and make it, to try to do what Vittoria said, and to try to work with these fools. He sits down at the table, and instantly, none of the other heroes want to work together.
Yeah, like so we're back to square one. They learn nothing.
Like the Queen is all like, okay, so we're here to convene so you can all work together, and the Bow, Itsuki, Ren, and Moriyasu are like, nope, don't need to.
We're not working together. And the Queen's like, yeah, if you don't work together, all of you are gonna die except for Naofumi.
It's like, what?
They're like, what?
It's like, yeah, remember that was the soul eater?
Yeah, you guys are having such trouble.
The last wave nearly killed you, except for Naofumi.
You know what was missing from this episode? I wish the fucking Chancellor was right there.
Yeah.
Just like smile at his smile and be like, yes. I'm not actually plotting anything, but I could be. So,
Naofumi actually broaches the idea of working together. He starts getting a conversation going.
Yeah, okay, maybe I could work with these guys.
So he's like, okay. They're like, okay. Well, how did you get your OP? They keep calling it the cheat shield.
Yeah, how'd you get your cheat shield? And he's like,
dude, it's not a cheat.
This isn't a cheat. And then they start talking about all their mechanics and stuff.
Well, it's because he's like, okay, look, I'll tell you about the curse shield. The curse series. If you guys tell me what you learned first. Now, this scene starts to piss me off. Because they're all acting like, oh, you didn't know this?
Clearly the quality of the item and the rarity and...
Well, no, it's like about the weapon copy system.
Yeah, there's
and
all
the
these
teleportation
mechanics.
system. And it's like, every time they say, oh, you didn't know this? It's like, no one was there to tell him, assholes! Everyone, he was wrongfully accused of a crime he didn't commit and was treated like a fucking pariah. No one gave him the tutorial. You all got tutorials from your party members.
And beside that, they start arguing over this stupid shit too.
Oh yeah, about what's important.
Yeah, what's most important in
Itsuki's like,
stuff.
yeah, Itsuki's like, it's the rarity of the items. And Ren's all like, no, it's the potential.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yes, the potential, and Mariyasu's like, no, it's the stats. And they can't, then Shield Hero just, he can't say it's taken because they're still treating it like a fucking video game. He's like, fuck all y'all!
Meanwhile...
Do you ever hear that song, Ballroom Blitz? Well, we're gonna have a Ballroom Blitz.
Raftalia's in there trying to eat a meal.
And the big knight member of Itsuki's party, I think it was Itsuki's, isn't it?
I don't know where the fuck he's from.
I think it's Itsuki's party.
He's like, he shows up and he's like,
he's drunk.
Fuck these demi-humans, they're fucking trash.
This wine doesn't even taste very good with fucking demi-humans sitting at the table with us.
And he's like, you know what? The Shield Hero's fucking trash too.
He's a loser. And she's like, oh, it's on. And during the fight, the convening of the 4 heroes, they keep interspersing with this giant ballroom blitz that's going on.
And then, meanwhile, in this other scenario...
But one of the things that made me laugh, before we move on, I know where you're going, but one of the things that made me laugh is the one chick who's holding back Raftalia.
It's like, don't do this, don't do this.
Calm down, just gotta be calm. It's like, I'm calm. I'm calm.
Who the fuck is this one chick that keeps
I think she was.
up?
I think she was one of the shadows, one of the Queen's shadows.
No, this is what, she got like green hair or something. She showed up.
Oh, that was another one of
Itsuki.
That was another one of
like.
That was another one of Itsuki's party members.
Okay, but I don't know where is she supposed to be important?
She's just another of Itsuki's party members.
Okay.
The bow heroes. But there's this one chick who's like holding Raftalia back, and just telling him to calm down, and Raftalia's like, "I'm calm. It's okay. It's okay. I'm calm. I'm calm." And after they go like, "Let's go," Raftalia, thinking it's all cool. It's like, "I will calmly remove this trash from the palace."
It's on now. Meanwhile, in the Hall of Doom.
Meanwhile, it's like
Melty is gonna Malty.
Yeah, Melty.
She's about to do bad guy things.
Melty sees out of the corner of her eye Malty. I know that's Malty, and she
sees her going into a room and
sneakily. It's like I love the people who are like. It's always those things that show in movies and cartoons and anime. The ones who are like, I'm going to be sneaky, so I'm going to be sneaky about it. It's like that makes you stand out even more, dumbass.
Yeah, so Malty goes into the bitch goes into the
there you go.
Goes into the room, and it's the room where they're preparing the food, and she's going to do, I guess, the medieval equivalent of spiking the punch with lethal poison,
poisoning the pie.
Yeah, poisoning the pie.
And Melty's like, "What are you doing there, sister?"
"I caught you red-handed."
I love because she comes in during the convening of the four heroes.
She's like, "I was not doing anything."
And oh yeah, that's right. And then she gets zapped by the slave crest that's still there.
She's like, "Aha! I knew it."
And she like tells the queen about it. And the queen's like, "Well, good thing we didn't make it to the dinner."
And then Melty's like, the second princess who is not going to be the crown princess, my sister, bitch, was about to spike the pie, poison the pie, and Motoyasu was like, "No, that's not true. She would never do something like that." And the queen's like, "Yo, we just went through this, and you got a slave crest on her," and he's like, "Oh, okay."
It's like, go question her again. Go ahead. You still have the slave crest with her. Go.
And then they just kind of have like this conversation about her, and they keep going. Yeah, the princess that is known as bitch and has the adventurous name of slut, and they keep going around the table talking.
Yeah, it's like they keep screwing up. Like the queen's all like, my daughter, the princess, bitch. It's like, and like Melty's
kind of funny, to be honest.
It's like Melty's, yeah, and Melty does it too. She's like, my sister, bitch. It's so funny. I loved it.
But then, like, the whole thing dissolves, and now Fumi's like, man, these guys are fucking morons.
So they wake up.
Leaves.
They wake up late the next day. Everyone's already left. They have to travel to go to the ship that will take them to the double EXP weekend.
Well, before that, he figures out that, yeah, he can absorb other shields.
That was great.
He goes down to the armor dudes, the weapon shop dudes, whatever the fuck he sells.
And he's just like, ooh, armor, shield. Oh, mine now.
He's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh my god, you're going to put me out of business.
Which actually, this doesn't make any sense, because not really, because he wasn't buying these shields from him anyway.
Taking the shield away from him.
Yeah, and he wouldn't buy them anyway.
Yeah, he's already got a shield.
Yeah.
He doesn't need another shield because he can't use it.
That's true too, yeah. So he's all copying the attributes of all these other shields, and I love it.
And there was something else that he found out that they didn't actually tell the audience, that he wanted to tell the other guys, but they had gone on ahead.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. He was like, oh, I wanted to tell those guys about that thing I found out. He didn't bother to tell us. But,
But they're going to the ship.
Yeah, but they make a detour at Raftalia's old hometown. The one's like all crumbling and stuff.
As she says, actually, she builds a grave, and a bunch of other people help her.
No, the grave was already made.
For, what's her name?
Rafana.
Yeah, Rafana.
Yep.
Who died tragically.
As a skeleton.
Yeah.
Which I'm still maintaining she was probably immolated. But,
Was she still alive when she was being immolated?
Knowing Idol Sama? Yeah.
Was she still alive as a skeleton?
Knowing this game, probably.
So that's a very illegal question to ask.
And he probably raped the skeleton.
Were you alive at the time of your death?
But, one of the things, again, this show loves putting, like, anime loves putting things that promise us things in their opening sequence.
Uh-huh.
There's been this dude in the opening sequence with this big old scythe. It's like, who's that guy? We meet him, finally.
We meet him. We don't get his name.
Yeah, we do.
Meet him.
Look at his name.
What's his name?
I don't remember, but she said it.
Okay.
We see him and his traveling companion. And like, hey, you! And it calls over to Naofumi, like, you live here? And he's like, oh, no, I'm just passing through. And shows him, he's like, oh, all right, well, bye!
But not for long.
So they get to the ship, and they show him onto the ship. Everyone's already there waiting for him. They wouldn't depart until Naofumi got there. So they were a little disgruntled. So they're showing Naofumi where they'll be staying. They're like, well, we did have cabins marked out for everyone, but they got tired of waiting for you, so they sort
The
of...
other heroes just took all the rooms.
So you're gonna have to share a room with somebody, and they're like, and Naofumi's like, we've dealt with worse. So, alright, fine. And they get into the room in the cabin, and hey, it's Dude! That we just saw. And
And
episode
they're going to
ends.
share a cabin.
Yep.
And episode ends.
So, I think, if nothing else, we're at least going to get, again, going off opening credits, they did show a battle on the water against a giant water creature. So I'm assuming we're going to get that.
We're going to get that in the next couple episodes. I feel like that would be an entire other arc. I feel like we're going to get the beach episodes.
No, we already got that. We got the hot springs. Well, the hot spring episode.
We got a hot spring episode. We're getting the beach episodes.
No,
They're going to an island.
well, yeah, but it's a
The
double.
island has a beach.
But it's a double XP weekend. They have to kill things.
They're going to kill things in bikinis.
Will they turn into bears?
Maybe.
Bad thoughts. Bad thoughts. Not going there. Anyway, so I enjoyed both these episodes, to be perfectly honest. The second one,
Yeah, they're pretty good.
the second one wasn't as good.
It wasn't as good, but it had its humorous moments.
I enjoyed the ballroom blitz
Yeah.
immensely. That was so much fun. Because they really looked like they were aiming to kill. Like a lot of them, like Raftalia barely dodged, blows to her face from, metal blades.
Well, they're racists in this country. They hate demi-humans, so it makes sense.
And the entire time it's going on, Philo is just engorging herself. She's like, she's not even taking part in the fight at all.
We did miss something. They got their class upgrades this episode.
That's right. Thank you. But the thing is, you know why I forgot about it? They didn't even bother to go into it.
They didn't even get what they wanted, and they didn't really go into detail, so...
Yeah, literally, it's like, okay, we're getting our class upgrades. And the queens are like, oh, you got your class upgrades. Why do you look all upset? And it goes back to it, and like, oh, we didn't get to choose. And now queens are like, what do you mean you didn't get... I was given the option whether to choose myself or let you choose, and I gave you the option to choose. What do you mean you didn't get the option to choose?
And I guess we also missed the part where Melty was explaining about Futoria to the queen, and the queen had a fucking orgasm.
Oh, there was that too. That was fun. Because apparently, Melty gets her obsession with Philolials from her mom. Her mom, just by having Melty describe it, just totally gasmed out over it.
Yep.
But apparently the class upgrades can, quote unquote, sometimes be taken out of their hands based on the equipment they have equipped. And it confused me. First off, I thought
it wasn't a very good explanation.
I thought Philo already got her class upgrade when she was made a queen candidate by
No,
Futoria.
I don't think she's just got the special upgrade to have upgrades to her stats.
Oh,
That's what the little hair thing does.
The cowlick?
For her. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're playing Chrono Trigger and you beat up the robot with Robo,
Okay.
and you get the ribbon, and it boosts your stats.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently they point out that the cowlick probably limited her potential. Sort of like, instead of allowing her to branch out, sort of was like, nope, now you gotta go down this one skill tree because you're a Fallotio Queen class now. And they didn't go into what they were. Like, what their class upgrades did for them. Like, at all.
Well, maybe they will do it in the double XP weekend. Maybe.
And they will be fighting things, so hopefully they'll explain what their new skills are. But, oh yeah, and one last point is that he actually he was, like, putting, like, all his skill points into the Soul Eater shield. Like, he maxed the shit out of it. So, hopefully we'll get to see what that does. I'm hazarding to guess it has a vampiric effect.
Or it just eats souls.
I was saying, like, it's,
You shield bash somebody and it rips your soul out.
Well, I think it's going to be, like, the, healing upon damage sort of thing. Like, causing damage will cause healing.
Might, like, regenerate as mana or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
MP, whatever the hell they're using in this game.
So that was Rising of the Shield Hero, those 2 weeks. I enjoyed it. I had fun. Did you have fun?
I think we need more Chancellor douchebag.
You and that Chancellor, I swear to God.
Shiftiest motherfucker in the show. And we don't know his true motives.
He has no motives! Leave the poor guy alone. Leave him alone! Leave Chancellor alone! Leave him alone!
Okay, I will leave him alone.
So, that was all the animes this week. So, those were weeks 9 and 10. A longer episode. Our apologies. Went on for as long as it did, but we had a double weekend. Hopefully, we won't have a recurrence of that. Hopefully, we can actually watch some Sarazanmai again in the near future.
Yeah, poor Sarazanmai. We've been missing so much of it.
I was actually getting interested. It was finally getting interesting again, and we haven't been able to get back to it. So, we'll see what happens. As for now, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. If you enjoyed it, please let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, share it, or you can click on the annotations for other videos we've done. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you all next time.